All right, guys, welcome back to Beautiful Mind. We are today talking about the follow up to our WD GANN planetary finding the next lows. So, from there, we're going to update and just bring this into view here just so that we can clarify what we're saying. So, I pointed out in the last tutorial that in June, on the 17th and 18th of June, we had a low. And in the previous tutorial, we laid out the other planets that had made lows based on the 45 and 90 and 135 degree movements. And I made a check mark, as you saw in the last tutorials, on, of course, all the areas where these planets did make these degrees that we're speaking about, and a low was in. It wasn't the major low, but a very much a buying low, as well as a major swing low as well. There has been. So out of all of our determinations so far, and we've done 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. So on deck right now, we are 8 for 8, 100% correct using the WD GANN planetary low method of finding lows, as well as finding areas where a change in trend can occur. All right, so we left off on the last one where Mars had made a low at 45 degrees on the degree where it hit would have been the May 29th degree. And we're going to recap that one real quick. And that actually occurred when it hit the degrees of May 29th of Taurus. That was the actual sun date, or the date was actually August 20th. And as you guys know, we had a top there at the 15th, and we had a bit of a pullback. And so we're going to go just take a quick look at that. All right. So that date of August 20th would have taken us right down into right here. Let's take a look. See? So again, there's our direct hit. So our check mark is on there. So we were talking that the next times that these would hit 90 degrees was quite far out. And I've color coded this to state that that is 2023. And I'm writing in symbols. And it's just easier than writing out all these words. So I'm just going to let you know when that is. So when Mars finally makes it to 90 degrees, okay, so let's just talk about that. That takes a long time because Mars takes 22 months to go around the zodiac or the 12 signs. So 11 months to go halfway around. So from August 20th to go 45 degrees extra to make our 90 is April 28th. And that's where we can expect Mars will be at Cancer at 17 degrees. And I expect a swing low there on April 28th. And it could be this little pullback just before we have our big May fall off. We usually have a really huge fall off in May. Anyways, so from there, I can't put a check mark on here because we're not into the next year of 2023. So we're going to go and take a look at the other inner planets, and we're going to talk about them as well. They have some interesting dates that are going to be coming up really quick and on the cusp of some of the tutorials we've been talking about. The FOMC is fighting Bitcoin, and they meet on November 4th, and the sun will be 135 degrees at November 4th, right around their meeting. So I expect a swing low there, and anyone that knows the Fed can't fight the Fed. So, but eventually something's going to break. So let's just be mindful of that. So our next point that we could expect any kind of bottoms would be this October 24th. And that's when Mercury, of course, is making its way into the 19th degree of Libra. And I expect there we're going to have some tumultuous swings down. So that'll be occur October 24th. So mark that on your calendar, October 24th and our November 8th for our Mercury and our Sun to expect a low or a swing low, anyways. Doesn't necessarily mean it's going to be a big low, but you never know. So, further from that, where can we expect another swing? Well, Venus will be making its way into the 180-degree area. That's a big area. So, I expect that we could have something change here, and we may not have a bottom on the 23rd. We could have a swing, a really quick, um, dead cat bounce down from our, because I'm calling for a top around the 23rd to the 28th of November. However, that's going to be November 11th. So I expect that we could get a swing back around November 11th and then a big kick up again to November 28th. All right, so moving on, where would be the next place that we could expect some tumultuous bottoms? Well, the sun on December 19th is going to be 180 degrees from where it made its low, and that will occur in the sign of Sagittarius at 26 degrees. And as you know, in December, we have the Fed meeting around the 15th. And so expect a low somewhere around there or just thereafter. And so we're going to be mindful of that, all right? Just going to be really mindful of that. So again, going back into our next year in 2023, we can expect a low somewhere out in July. As you guys know, I'm a February and July bear. Bad news bears. That's right. You guys know that. No explanation needed there. Because it's honestly been 11 months down. And that's Mars moving halfway around a circle. So I expect some kind of a change in trend. Truth is stranger than fiction. So from that, where could our next potential low from Mars be at 180 degrees? Well, that's going to be in September 23rd. And that will be where Mars will finally make it to the 17th degree of October. And as you know, this October right now, we're having some tumultuous, trading going on, some low volume and some dead cat bounces stuck around that 19,000. So let's just pay attention to that. So September 23rd, 2023, we can expect a very possible bottom or some kind of a kickoff top, something. But I'm expecting a low or something around there. Now, Jupiter takes 11.98 years to go around the zodiac. And it takes approximately 1 year, or almost 1 year, to move through one sign of the zodiac. So for Jupiter to experience a 45 degree and a bottom, that's not going to occur until April 9th of 2024. Okay, so I've color coded that so you guys can see that's not going to occur for quite a while. And I suspect that you guys will be hanging around my channel once you see that all these blocks get filled in with check marks. That's right. You betcha. Now, the next point where Jupiter, we could expect a bottom, is going to be a longer way out. So again, this is going to occur in July 7th of 2025. Okay, so another 2 more years out. And you guys are going to be watching my channel then, and we're going to have check marks and all of this stuff. You betcha. And channel's just going to blow up. You just wait and see. It's really going hard now. All right, so this is the type of research that Mr. Gann was actively pursuing, and he dedicated his life to the research of esoteric knowledge and the reoccurring phenomena that exists. And this was one of his major guarded secrets in his trading platform was astrology and using the ephemeris Now, all his books and courses, I own pretty much every single one for over the last 20 some odd years now. One Pluto cycle through a sign. And really interesting. Took me quite a while to put all this together. But if you're struggling with WD GANN and some of the forecasting stuff, just stay tuned. I was much like anyone else that began on GANN, and it's a very difficult subject. He's a very astute, very smart man, and he was a scientist of nature, and I'm taking up that research as well, and it's proven to be correct. So we're just going to pay attention to that, and we're just going to look forward at all these dates. And I just wanted to have the chart on here so that you guys could pay attention to some of the things that did happen and did occur in our. Sorry, you guys. 2025. There's our color coding. So I just wanted to make that legible, and I wanted to bring that to your attention because we have a lot of things going on now. So, as you know, I'm a bad news bears, and however, I do have a tutorial coming up where I'm going to be talking about this trend line that comes back from two very, very, very major low points. And we're going to talk about that in the next tutorial where we'll go over that. I'm just going to quickly give you a quick sneak peek about what it is exactly that we're discussing in regards to that. So, whoops. Let's just get that into a better perspective here. So this trend line is coming back from some very, very, very low places, and I just wanted to show you that right here. So this point here, Bitcoin made a low back here in this bear market, and I ran it out and put it right onto this bottom that we had back in March 2020, where we had an extreme fall off and pullback. So, where do I expect Bitcoin to be? Well, right now we're sitting on this angle, and this is a very, very dangerous point. And we're just going to spend a moment to talk about this. I'm going to do a complete tutorial on all of these. We lose this trend line, we're back to here, folks, and I'm done talking about the square of 9 and that we're going to be back to the 6,000 level. We're just going to quickly revisit that. Here you can see we have currently 19. 2 squares in is 6, and I'm expecting that we could make it back to this 6,000 level. And as you can see, this is the January, February where these lines confluence and cross. My next bottom is this 4 to 5,000, which is in line with our 17 here. And that occurs when this ring comes down and contacts this purple line here. This is our 4,700. We have a confluence of lines crossing here. So my next tutorials are going to be talking about these and some other points where I might just be, I'd flip to a super bull, and I'd certainly turn to a super bull here. I'm going to talk about this in my next tutorial as to why. Mr. Gann talked about counts, and we're going to talk about Danielle and his 1,335 day counts and his 1,290. And we're going to bring that all to your viewing, and you guys will be very surprised by the findings of that. So it's very possible we could be on the cusp of a major move up, and I'm going to show that to you in my next tutorial. But for now, I'm a bad news bears. We still got to get through this. We got to get above this ring, and for that to happen, we need to confirm that this is a bottom and we can move up. So peace and love to everyone. Safe trading. I hope you enjoyed these tutorials. I hope all you GAN people are starting to put some things together a bit more. Go look at my tutorials, tear them to pieces. It's stuff that it's taken me a long time to put together and to coordinate. So I really enjoy it. I love what I do. I'm doing what I love, and that's I think that's great advice for anybody. So do what you love what you do. Also, I'd like to put out a great thank you and an endorsement to Earl's Restaurant. This tutorial is powered by Earl's Restaurant Food and Earl's Girls. I want to say thank you very much, and take your family to Earl's Restaurant and have a delicious dining experience. Thank you very much for being with us today, and we'll see you here again back on Beautiful Mind. Peace and love.